Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to call this Orangeburg County Council meeting of November the 4th, 2019 to order. We're going to ask Councilman Wembley to give us a moment of thanks before we proceed.
Well, bow with me in prayer. Father, we thank you for the beauty and glory of this day. Father, as we come together tonight to discuss the business of Orangeburg County, we pray that the things that we say and do will be for the betterment of the citizens of our community, to improve the quality of life as we go forward. Father, we just thank you for the many blessings that you do for us. We just ask now that you continue to watch over us and give us guidance and strength. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Mr. Wembley. Again, we welcome you to our meetings, and as always, for those maybe who haven't attended before, we have public comments in two areas at the beginning of our meeting. The first one is public comments of agenda items. The second is public comments of other matters. So when the floor is open for public comments of agenda items, if you have any comments on either one of the agenda, you may proceed to the podium and give your comment at that time. And that's closed out, we will go to public comments of other matters. First, before we go into that, we will ask council to approve the minutes of the October 21st meeting. And I would ask for a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith and second by Mr. Ravenel, that we approve the minutes of the October 21st meeting as written. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposers? The ayes have it, the motion is carried. The floor is now open for public comments of agenda item. Agenda item. Hearing none, we'll close that portion of it and open for public comments of other matters. Any other matters you have, please state the subject matter on which you're going to comment on, and you have 3 minutes.
My name is William. I'm in here in honor of my mother. I gave you all some flyers up there. This will be our 23rd anniversary of having our fundraiser, Excel Alzheimer's Rickenbacker Gala. It's November the 30th at the premiere from 8 into 1. My mother's the founder and the president of this organization. So I would like to invite the council to participate in our fundraiser and anybody else in the county that has someone dealing with that disease to support our cause. So, any questions?
Glory to
Glory.
Yeah, Gloria is my mother. Like I said, she's the founder and the president. This is going on 23 years. We raised hundreds and thousands of dollars that has been donated to the Medical University of South Carolina Alzheimer's Research Department. We've also received the Order of Palmetto Award for the state of South Carolina.
I want to commend y'all for your effort.
Thanks. So are you going to participate?
I will support it. I'm not know if I will be there or not, but I certainly will play.
Okay. Well,
Any other comments?
My name is Willie Brown, and I just got one question I wanted to ask before I go into detail on the little packages you guys got on the desk there. I'll go into detail after that. See if someone can answer this question for me. Is there an ordinance for companies when they come in and buy property, a company like Lanes or these construction companies that come in and buy a property in residential neighborhoods? What's the ordinance for them to bring that property back up to some type of standard once they complete whatever they're doing, like hauling out dirt? Most of these companies come in and haul out dirt for construction side roads and stuff like that. Is there an ordinance for them guys to bring this property back up to some type of code once they finish with it? If it's not, then the county really need to look into it. The reason I'm saying that is because when Lane came in out on 150 States Bridge Road, they came in, they bought this property, they hauled out a lot of dirt, they done whatever they wanted to do with the dirt, and they just came back in and used the property as a dumping ground to dump tires, garbage, whatever they felt like they wanted to dump on the property because they own the property and they wanted to do whatever they wanted to do on it. So it's got to be some type of ordinance to bring this property back up to some type of standard, because it was right across the street from my house. First of all, when you start dumping these tires and water collecting in, you got all these mosquitoes and everything else that's migrating in and stuff. And that's one reason I came and say that the county need to do something about this, so that these guys don't leave out here and leave that property looking like garbage once they leave, and then the residents got to deal with it once they leave. One good thing about the property has been Anson Mill Longleaf Plantation came in. They bought the property. A guy named Chris, he came in and bought the property. When he went in, I kind of got at him. Me and him was going back and forth on the trucks came in. They did pave the roads, and I didn't want them to tear the road up. But when he came in, he looked at it. They came in and they wanted to redevelop the property. They came in and made a rice paddy out of it. That's where this rice came from. They just done the first harvest on it back in last part of August. After he's getting ready to harvest again in the last November. This is real good rice. I eat myself. I'm not soliciting for these guys. I don't care about the price on it. You give me the rice for free to do it. But I wanted to let you guys see what came out of a bad situation, that the county really need to look into it when these guys come in and buy this property and they leave out of it and leave it undeveloped. So I just wanted to know whether there's an ordinance for this or not. But I'm these guys to bring this property back up to standards, that it'll be looking like something in the neighborhood when they leave.
In other words, you're saying this rice will rehab the area.
I didn't understand what you're saying.
In other words, you were saying that this rice will rehab the area.
Well, it made the area look like something again, other than just looking like a dumping ground. I just wanted to know whether there's an ordinance. I usually go into it and dig into stuff to see if I can find information out about something, but I didn't have time to do it this time around. But it's just something that the county really need to look at, and these guys come in and get this property.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. I don't know if we have a specific ordinance for that specific situation, but anytime field dirt is being used, it's not practical to dump the stuff in it. So that's actually a litter issue that we need to refer to litter and look at the pictures or information or whatever he has to show us, and we'll follow up on it. Typically, when you have a field situation, that's when you take dirt from one location and use it somewhere for construction and those type of things. It's left in a presentable manner, or that's the beginning of a pond, and most times they use that to the hole that's left to do some type of ponding or drainage situation. So we just need to look into that particular situation, but it is not normal for somebody to get field dirt and fill it with tires and other debris. That's not normal, and litter laws will handle that once we look at the situation.
Okay.
I really don't know whether we have looked into it, but someone should have looked into it prior to now. Did you report this to anyone, or this?
Well, we didn't know what was in there. I know they left it. It was a mess when they left them over there. I didn't know that all the tires and stuff over there until these guys that bought the property from them went in there and started hauling stuff out. They must have hauled off about 10 truckloads of this total garbage and tires and stuff.
Okay. But it wasn't reported directly. It's their own, but we'll follow up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Brown.
All right.
Anyone else? Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, I'm Deanne Miller with the Orangeburg County Council on Aging, and I just wanted to first come thank you all and then give you a quick little update and inform you of a couple things that are happening at the Council on Aging. As some of you may already know, we're collaborating with Orangeburg County for the age-friendly community. So we've had a lot of really good things going on down at the senior center, and we wanted to make sure that everybody knew what was going on so that people would join us if you have family members or yourself are of age to come down. We just got through finishing the senior games with the Parks and Recreation. We just had a big golf tournament, so we have a lot of exciting things going on down there. Not only do I want to update you, but I want to inform you that our first quarter this year, which started July 1, we have already fed 6,000 people, 6,000 meals in our dining room. We have sent home delivered meals, 13,477 meals in Orangeburg County, July, August, September. We're always in need to send more, but it is such an important thing that we do, and I want to thank you all for helping support that. Those are just some of the facts and the information, and then of course I just wanted to invite you all to come down and see. We're such a exciting place with people just having so many activities and playing canasta and exercising that we want you to come see what it's more like a wellness center than it is just a senior center where people get dropped off. So Miss Janie Cooper Smith has had a visit with me just recently. Richard Hall has been down for a visit recently, and I would like the rest of you all to come whenever you have the first opportunity. You would love to meet the seniors, and we can feed you a nice meal, or you can just take an exercise class, anything you want to do. Do y'all have any questions?
What's the hours, Miss Deanne?
What are the hours? We're there from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. Not Veterans Day, though.
Got you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I'm Stevens Clark, Orangeburg County Human Relations Committee. I just wanted to say thanks to the county council members and so forth. This initiative here, is it posted at City Hall, the meeting schedules of the dates? I saw one last summer or something. Well, my point is in the paper, T&D, it's a very fine little print that you could almost miss. I would ask, and maybe I should ask the T&D or something, if they could post it a little boldly, because looking through the paper and not everyone comes down to City Hall for, well, business and so forth can be overlooked. For as concerned citizens, knowing that these meetings here are here, I can flip to the paper and it's right there a little bit bolder than what it is. It's a little, very minute, and I think this is very important, for the citizens to know when the meetings are there. So it's just a little something, but 1 month, there was, the agenda for the whole month was poised at the city council in the little thing up there, which was great. If you all could see to it that that's done again for the whole year, so we're gonna go in there and take a snapshot and be here for these meetings. It's very important. And thank you all for the work that you're doing. Orangeburg County is coming up, and God bless you. Thank you.
Can I say something?
Yes.
Mr. Clark,
Yes, ma'am.
even though it is printed in the paper, our meetings are the first and third Monday of every month at 5:30, unless the Monday falls on a holiday.
All right, thank you
If
so
the
much.
Monday falls on a holiday, we meet that Tuesday,
Thank you so much.
first and third Monday.
All right, so I'm on.
I'm glad you said that, because
Yes, it is.
there was something in the, on Facebook, it was in the paper yesterday about the taxes not.
Yes.
And you should, people don't know what the county does with its tax money. So when they don't know, they think we are abusing them.
Well, and I say Orangeburg is growing, and it takes time. So thank you, and I try to inform them and try to ask them to come. If they don't, hey, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clark. Anyone else? Okay. Any other comments? If not, we will close the public comment section of our meeting, and we're going to our regular agenda. And the first item on the agenda is second reading of an ordinance, and this is an ordinance to change the zoning designation of the following parcel, which is tax map number 0362-00-05-001. It's located on Garden Gate Road in Utahville, under the name of Mr. Jonathan Joe Davis from Forest Agriculture District to commercial general district for the purpose of establishing a car dealership.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. This was presented to the Planning Commission and the zoning staff on October 9th, 2019. It's been presented by Mr. Jonathan Joe Davis. Location is Garden Gate Road, and they were requesting to be changed from forest and agriculture to commercial general for establishing a business. This is site is located 1.87 miles east of the town of Utahville. It's made up of one parcel, and the site fronts the State Highway Garden Gate Road, South SC 138, and it's located within the Wampee Plantation subdivision, and it does not fall within the floodplain, and it's being presented to you for approval by council.
Council, you heard it. Second reading, can I get a motion and a second? Yes, sir.
I just would like to say to council and to everybody that's present, that, you know, even though we put zoning in place, but it's good we have an offer to the public for changing sometime, because everything that when people have property and they may not have property elsewhere and they want to do a venture, it's bad to tell them just no, that they can't do it. But it's good that we can open the door that depending on situation that we can allow them to do some of the ventures that they want to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ravenel. Can I get a motion and a second for second reading?
So,
Second.
Mr. Chairman, did you get a second on that motion?
Yeah, I second it.
Move and second. Moved by Mr. Ravenel, second by Mr. Wemley. I apologize. That we pass this for second reading. All in favor, please let you know by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it, and the motion is carried. Second one is an ordinance to amend the text of the Orangeburg County zoning ordinance regarding Article 9, administration, application, and required permits, Section 9.5, application procedure for a change or relief, and third, for public hearing. And I think this is pretty self-explanatory, but Madam Attorney, if you have anything to add to it, please do. Council, you got questions? If not, can I get a motion and a second to pass?
So moved, sir.
Nobody can second it? Nobody second it? You don't got a problem with it?
I'll second it.
Okay. Moved by Mr. Cooper Smith, second by Mr. Wemley, that we pass this ordinance. Second reading, all in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The ayes have it, the motion is carried. Next item is an update from the Public Works Committee, and I yield to its chairperson, Mr. Johnny Ravenel.
council, we had 3 items on our agenda. First one was further discussion by Santel Court from Mr. Richard Stroman. He wanted to be inclusive of, I want to use the word grandfather. So rolls in from back in the 90s, late 90s, and we couldn't come to a decision, so we decided to let it come before council for discussion.
Well, I thought y'all pretty well, the 3 of y'all on the committee, and y'all have a recommendation pretty well, as Mr. yourself and Mr. Wemley and Mr.
We were kind of split on it, and instead of us making a decision, we kind of give the...
What was your recommendation to the county after discussing?
Whatever
We couldn't
recommendation.
come to common consent. That's us alone.
Well, I thought we kind of had a recommendation, but
I thought so too.
Mr. Chairman,
I'm kind of glad we didn't.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah.
there's a legal parameter, because that was just a committee update, so if you can't take action on that without that item being an action item on the agenda, so you
Right.
can only report out what that committee decided. So there was a decision to move it to the council as a whole, that's just his report, you can't take action on that, because the public is bound to know when you take an actionable item, it has to be on the agenda as an action.
Play that again now?
It's not an actionable item on the agenda, so when you make that report, it's coming out as a report.
We have acted on,
But we've listed that actionable item on the agenda when there's a report coming out.
Okay, so at this point, what you need to do then, Mr. Ravenel, I guess, is that you have to turn it over to a council, to a committee as a whole, and that means that the committee as a
I
whole.
don't think we need to meet again. I think council needs to make a decision whether it can be grandfathered or not. Well, let me go ahead and give a little background on it. No?
I would wait for the committee on that,
Okay.
committee meeting on that.
Because
because-
the thing is that council needs to decide whether it's going to be grandfathered in, and there's not sufficient evidence right now as presented that it should be, but we have to bring it before full council. Put it on the agenda next time, I reckon.
We had staff to do researches on it, and we couldn't find where that item would be considered grandfathering by the information that we gathered.
But the attorney always said that even though that, we can't act on that. move it forward to next meeting.
But it won't be another public works meeting, though. We haven't, okay.
Second on our agenda, we had discussion about driveway installation and procedure. We came up with several different scenarios, but we try to put things in place for procedure that the landowner, not the rental person or whatever, have to actually own the property before any additional pipe could be installed. The landowner would purchase the pipes or whatever, I think it's 20-foot sticks it is, and the county would install it. That we came up with for the driveway installation procedure. But that is the recommendation from council, from our Public Works Committee. Third item on our agenda, we had discussion about ditches located in a ditch.
The previous agenda, the previous item, no action will be taken on the previous item.
I'm still saying that he's just giving a report. There's no motion needed to say there's no action taken. Okay?
Understand?
Third on our agenda was discussion about ditch that located in the Branchville area. Consensus of it that we already started doing some work on, that we're going to continue to finish cleaning that ditch out, and then the other one comes in, we take it on case by case ditches in the county. Those are the three recommendations that are coming from the Public Works Committee.
Council, any questions on anybody? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Vladimir. Next on item is executive session. And we'd like to go in executive session, we'd like to have a motion second to go in executive session for the following items: South Carolina opiate litigation case, contractual matter concerning Piedmont, and also economic update on Project Hunter, Project Orange A, Project Palmetto, Project Seahorse, and Project Snowball. Can I get a motion second that we go into executive session with those items?
So move, Mr. Chairman.
Moved by Mr. Hayward, second by Ms. Cooper Smith, that we go into executive session for those following items. All in favor, let it be known by saying aye. Aye. Any opposers? Ayes have it, the motion is carried. Before we go into adjournment, any council person got any comments? If not, can I get a motion second for adjournment? Moved by Ms. Cooper Smith and second by Mr. Ravenel, that we adjourn.